Yo, Ben here. Today, I have something that I am super excited about. It's called XANDEM Home, and it's making home tomographic motion detection a reality. It's cool. Let's check it out. Okay, so if you're like me, you're probably like, tomographic what? Yeah, I didn't know what it was either. So let me channel my inner Casey Neistat here and draw you some pictures of what I've learned about it. Okay, so in the home motion detecting world, you have a few main types of sensors. First, you have infrared motion detectors. Often these are called PIR, or passive infrared sensors. These have a detecting area that looks something like this. The sensor is looking for changing thermal signatures relative to the background. PIR sensors are probably the most popular motion detecting sensor, and most home security systems will have one. Next, you have microwave motion detectors. These sensors generally have a detecting area that looks something like this. These send pulses of waves and listens for their reflection. Unlike an ultrasonic sensor, which just measures the amount of time it takes for the wave to go out and come back, microwave sensors look for a phase shift of the wave. That phase shift is caused by the interaction of a radio wave with the moving object. Based on the direction of the shift and the timing, you can gauge which direction the object is moving and how quickly. One cool thing about these sensors is that they can penetrate through some objects, like thin walls or, say, a couch or something. Next, you have beam detectors, which have a laser and a receiver. If you break the line, the sensor goes off. Its detection area is the size of a beam. And last, we have tomographic motion detectors. This utilizes a sensor network of nodes, which you install around the periphery of the area you're trying to monitor. Each node connects with each other wirelessly and forms what are called sensing links. The nodes report to a central base station, which interprets and processes the data from the nodes. As you start moving around in the space, you begin to break the sensing links, alerting the system to motion. The really cool thing about these sensors is that they can see through walls and furniture, and because the nodes are only detecting things in the space between the nodes, they're not as prone to false positives outside of the area that you're trying to monitor. What's even cooler is that the nodes are able to track multiple motion events simultaneously that are happening in different areas, and eventually will allow you to track the exact spot where the motion event is occurring. That's cool. Okay, so that brings us to XANDEM Home. XANDEM Home is a complete product that brings tomographic motion detection into your house. This all started when a guy commented on one of my videos and asked if I had ever heard of XANDEM before, which I hadn't. So I did a little research, got super excited, and then sent them an email. I eventually got in touch with a guy named Joey.
My name's Joey Wilson. I'm the founder of...
Who's their founder and the guy in all their YouTube videos. He's super excited to be launching their product and offered to send one to me to demo, which was awesome. XANDEM Home and the professional variant, XANDEM Pro, is available for purchase today, but the software side is still being developed. Joey communicated to me that it's XANDEM's goal to continue to develop new features and capabilities, and then roll that out to people as they become available for free, which is cool. Okay, so getting started with the unit. The XANDEM Home kit I got contained 10 sensor nodes. There's also a 6 and 15 sensor node kit as well that you can get. Just depends on the size of your house. There's also a DC version of the sensor node, which hypothetically you could hardwire and stick inside a wall and then drywall over that would allow you to monitor your house with a sensor that you never see. How cool is that? The kit contains the nodes and the base station. The base station can be connected to your home network using an Ethernet cable. It also has an 1/8" audio jack, which will allow you to connect the XANDEM base station to some speakers or your home sound system, so you can hear the alarm when it's going off. Getting started with the system is dead easy. First, you just plug the nodes in around the periphery of the area you want to monitor. In my case, this was my entire ground floor. It's really cool because the nodes don't need direct line of sight. They can see through walls and furniture and stuff like that. After you plug in the nodes, you just plug in the base station with its included power adapter and an Ethernet cable, and you're off and running. The first time you fire it up, you can activate your XANDEM Cloud account. At the time of making this video, XANDEM is offering a free year of cloud service. After that, it'll cost $10 a month. It's worth pointing out that you do have the ability to use XANDEM Home without the cloud service. That's really great if you already have a home automation platform you're integrating with, or you just don't like cloud services at all. So after you're connected, the next thing you'll need to do is to draw a simple floor plan of the area you're trying to monitor. It's better if this is to scale, which is kind of a pain if you're like me and you don't have a blueprint of your house. I had to make the sketch that you see here on the right and then go around with a tape measure. It was kind of annoying, but I did it. Not too bad. Once you have your floor plan done, XANDEM should be up and running. By itself, the core function of XANDEM is to function as a security system. You have the ability to arm and disarm it using the user interface. When armed, if the XANDEM unit detects motion, it'll sound the alarm for a certain amount of time and then send you a notification. It's worth pointing out, if you're using XANDEM as your primary security system, that it can't dial 911. Where I live, robo-dialing 911 is against the law. As a motion detector, the XANDEM unit works really well. If you kick the UI over to live view, you can see your floor plan overlaid with your sensor nodes and see all the sensing links. It'll show you where motion events are happening in real time, which is really cool. I've never gotten a false positive by people walking on my porch, which is directly on the other side of my sensing network. I've also never gotten a false negative, like I can't move inside of my home without it knowing I'm moving. And to me, that reliability and dependability across my entire house means a lot. Okay, so besides the live view, the XANDEM interface also has a couple other neat things to check out. On the Diagnostics tab, you can view the connection strength between each node in the base station. I haven't had any problems with connection strength on my XANDEM setup at all. I guess initially when I set everything up, I had my XANDEM base station set right next to my wireless router, which was causing a little bit of interference, but as soon as I moved the base station just a little bit further away, I didn't have any more problems. A really cool feature inside the XANDEM user interface is the rules engine. The rules engine allows you to define custom tasks for when things happen inside of your XANDEM network. For example, a motion event occurs, or a node gets unplugged, or your system is disarmed, or something like that. When any of those events occur, in conjunction with any other conditions you set, XANDEM can send you an email, or sound an alarm, or open a relay, or utilize a webhook. Webhooks are really useful because it allows you to integrate XANDEM with your favorite home automation platform. In my case, I'm using Home Assistant, but you could use IFFT or something like that as well. Using the HTTP post webhooks, I was easily able to integrate XANDEM into my Home Assistant instance. Specifically, I set up HTTP sensors inside of Home Assistant that allow me to monitor if XANDEM is up, if any of my nodes get unplugged, or if there's a motion event. Using those sensors in conjunction with Home Assistant's native alarm function allows you to build a pretty robust security system. For example, when I leave, my phone disconnects from my wireless router. And when my phone disconnects from my wireless router, Home Assistant knows I'm not home. That arms my security system. At that point, XANDEM takes over, and if any motion event occurs, all of my lights turn red, and I get a notification on my phone, which I can then escalate to the alarm.
Alarm triggered. You weren't very sneaky. Please leave.
And if I was really worried about it, at that point I could call 911. Where I live, you can actually text 911, and Home Assistant can definitely send text messages. So I don't know if I guess I could set that up. I don't know if that's legal, but it could do it. So maybe that'll happen. Who knows? Some other cool things I do with XANDEM is use it in conjunction with my good morning automations and my welcome home automations, for lack of better words. When I'm going to bed at night, I tell Google Home goodnight, which tells Home Assistant I'm asleep. And then first thing in the morning, when XANDEM detects motion, tells Home Assistant I'm awake, which tells Google to say good morning, and also sets all my other automations up so that my lights and stuff aren't doing funny things. Hey Google, good night.
Shutting things down. Powering down. Beep boop. Good night. Sleep tight.
A few moments later.
Ben, it is 5:46 p.m. You are definitely not actually sleeping. It is time to wake up.
Okay, Google. Oh, Google. What do I want today for breakfast? Dinner. Cocoa Krispies? Apple Jacks? Raisin Bran? I don't know. Hard decisions.
Good morning.
Good morning, Google.
Another thing I use XANDEM for is in conjunction with the other components I'm using inside a Home Assistant for presence detection. Right now, when I come home, come on, man. Just please let me film for once. Right now, when I come home, my phone connects to my Google Wi-Fi router in my driveway, which is really cool, and that turns on the lights, like this. Ta-da! Nice. But to make it even cooler, now when I come home, thanks to XANDEM, it knows when I walk inside, and I can have it welcome me home. Because everybody needs a home that welcomes them home, right?
Front door.
Welcome home, Benjamin and Kaylin.
Hello.
Welcome.
Oh yeah, and I kind of mentioned this earlier, but because XANDEM supports those webhooks, it also supports using it with IFFT via the Maker channel. I'm not really using this for anything right now, but if you wanted to create an automation that unmuted your phone when you got home from work and it detected motion for the first time between a certain hour, you could totally do that. All you need to do is to go to IFFT and enable the Maker channel and get your API key, and then in the XANDEM user interface, go to the Rules tab and select whatever trigger and condition you want. For the action, just say call URL and then paste the URL that looks like this. Just changing whatever name and API key you have set up for your IFFT applet. And then in IFFT, create a new applet, select the Maker channel for the IFFT part, give it whatever name that you use for your URL, and then for your action, whatever action you want. You'll figure it out. It's super simple and very, very powerful if you want to create an automation for anything that IFFT can support. XANDEM also has a full-blown RESTful API that would easily allow you to integrate it fully into whatever home automation platform you're using. I'm not aware of any platforms yet that support it directly, but I'm sure that's coming, so that's something to look forward to. The XANDEM Home does have a few downsides, though. The first one is that taking up 10 outlets is a lot of outlets in a small house, and you definitely notice them when you plug them in. This is super nitpicky, but the LED on the front of each sensor node is hella bright, and it's kind of annoying. You can turn them off if you follow this song and dance. Press and hold the button for 3 seconds, then let go, tap it once, press and hold the button again for 3 seconds, then let go, tap it once, and then press and hold the button again for 3 seconds, and then let go. Which is okay. I wish I could just leave them on though and have them to be a little dimmer, or even better, I don't know if they're RGB LEDs, but if they were, you could use them to signal things inside of your home automation setup. That'd be cool. Another downside is that the XANDEM Home unit doesn't support room level tracking yet. In talking to Joey about this, he assures me that this functionality is coming in a future update, and when that functionality comes, that'll be sick. That'll really allow me to take automations to a whole new level. Like, the dream is for a switchless house, and that technology could finally enable that. And my last complaint is that there's not a dedicated XANDEM mobile app yet. If you're using XANDEM Home as a standalone product, and not in conjunction with another home automation platform, it can be really clunky to have to log into the XANDEM UI in a web browser each time you arm and disarm your system. When I mentioned that to Joey, he did say that they're planning on releasing a mobile app, and that is coming. He said that's part of the reason why he's giving customers a free year of cloud service. He knows it's painful and that it's not to where it needs to be yet, but that it's coming. So I appreciate his honesty there, and I think that's good. All in all, though, I'm pumped to see this level of innovation in the home automation space. I could easily see this technology being integrated into future smart homes. With those DC units, you could hardwire them straight into a wall, and you'd never even know they were there. And with future software refinements, you could really track people anywhere in your house in real time, and that's the dream. That's awesome. What do you think about all this? Let me know in the comments. I put a link to my Home Assistant configuration in the XANDEM website in the video description, so check those out if you're interested. I will definitely be coming back to this tech as XANDEM releases new features and capabilities. I'm excited about what it can do now, and really excited about what it'll be able to do in the future, so looking forward to that. As always, lots of stuff coming soon. I'm waiting for one more part for my, sensor node project. It's coming from China. It takes so long to get here. This is really close. I'm just waiting on one more part for that. And my blinds project is actually coming along super well. Check this out. Bum bum. I know you can't see it yet. Hang on. Hear that? Nope. That's what makes it so exciting. I'm getting pretty close with those. I have a few more things I'm trying to wrap up in the code, and I'm waiting for Home Assistant to support tilt percentage, and then I have a few more security and smart feature things I'm trying to figure out with those blinds, but I am really excited about those. You guys are going to like it. And be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what's coming next. And yeah, until next time, happy automating.